Rutgers students welcome Senator to Broward Commons for a victory party for student aid to celebrate the passage of the Student Aid and Fiscal Responsibility Act. Signed into law by President Obama on March 30, 2010, the Student Aid and Fiscal Responsibility Act aims to make higher education more affordable. It streamlines the federal financial aid system and specifically increases funding for the Pell Grant program by $36 billion. Senator Menendez expounded upon the details of the bill and its ramifications for American students struggling to pay for college at a time when higher education results in families assuming record levels of debt to send their children to school.
And when we think of that, when we think of Rutgers with New Jersey roots, a global reach, and a world-class reputation for educational excellence, we want to make sure that that is maintained. Part of maintaining that is having the ability for students to be able to afford the Rutgers experience and the experiences of colleges and universities across our state and across our nation.
President Richard L. McCormick also joined the students to thank the senator in his support of the bill. He spoke to attendees about the rising costs of education and its consequences in New Jersey and at Rutgers.
That means more money for federal Pell Grants, and in fact a third of Rutgers undergraduates receive federal Pell Grants. They wouldn't be going to college without them, and now Congress and President Obama have stepped forward and assured that the Pell Grants will be worth more money in the years ahead, and that's very important for Rutgers students.
I'm here today because we wanted to show appreciation to our Senator Menendez and Congressman Pallone for supporting the Stafford bill and getting it passed this last week.
Personally, I think it's great because, many of my friends are now going to be able to return back to college and get the education that they wanted.
I think that students, first of all, should make themselves aware of these things that are going on. Second of all, I believe that student aid should be increased, not decreased, every year, because students are our most valuable assets now while they're in school and especially after they're in school.
I think it's a challenge for our students, a challenge for our state, because one of the things that we need to be competitive globally is intellect, and intellect comes through education. And for us to be able to compete with the rest of the world, we're going to need to be, as I said in my comments, at the apex of the curve of intellect, the most highly educated generation of Americans the nation has ever seen. If we keep making affordability more and more difficult, then we limit the possibility of that human intellect. So I hope the state will look at the tough decisions they have to make and understand that this investment pays big dividends, and therefore try to make college education more affordable. At least from the federal perspective, I'm glad that we're being able to do something towards that.
For more information about NJPIRG student chapter's involvement in building support for the Student Aid and Fiscal Responsibility Act, visit www.njpirgstudents.org/hire-ed/victory.